Imagine waking up one morning, opening your phone, and seeing AFX, the crypto underdog, sitting at just 5 cents. 5 cents. A number so small, so easily overlooked. And yet, for those paying attention, it may be the last dip before the storm. Because this isn't just about price. This is about a countdown, a fuse that's already been lit. In the past 2 weeks alone, whispers have turned into rumblings. Community discords are flooding with speculation. Telegram threads are exploding with screenshots and Cex rumors. And now, with AFX confirmed to be in its final stages of a major centralized exchange listing, this 5 cents price might be the biggest opportunity we've seen since the earliest days of Matic or SHIB. But let's zoom out. Back in August, AFX was barely registering on most radar systems. It was seen as just another AI-powered DeFi project, a dime a dozen in a saturated space. But the developers weren't sleeping. Quietly, they were shipping updates. Silently, the volume ticked up. Then came the AI trading bot V3 rollout, and everything changed. Retail users started making consistent returns. Not 10x moonshots, but steady, daily AI-backed ROI. And those kinds of numbers spread like wildfire among smart investors who don't just chase green candles. They follow systems. And AFX's system was gaining traction. Now enter October, and the metrics didn't lie. Trading volume spiked. Wallet holders crossed a new threshold. Twitter's sentiment flipped from doubt to curiosity. Then came a new announcement. A new tokenomics proposal, aimed at cutting max supply by 30% over 12 months. That's not normal. That's a strategic supply squeeze, and institutional players love it. Meanwhile, what was AFX doing? Preparing quietly. The dev team kept most of the community focused on yield tools and staking upgrades, but behind the scenes, there were listings being negotiated. Now we're in November, and suddenly, price drops. But not because of failure, not because of a hack, not even because of a sell-off. This dip was engineered, a subtle market reset, a flush of weak hands. And with Cex liquidity doors about to open, there's a bigger reason they let it drop to 5 cents. Because from this level, every gain is exponential. When Coinbase listed AMP, it jumped 72% in a single day. When KuCoin listed a microcap gem, it surged 300% in 72 hours. The Cex effect is real. And AFX, a token with working products, active users, and actual AI integrations, is now in position. But here's the kicker. Most people won't realize it until it's already hit 15 cents, or 27 cents, or 48 cents. That's why you're watching this now. Because part 2 of this story isn't speculation. It's the roadmap, the partnerships, and the key players driving this silent campaign forward. Don't blink. Part 2 is where it all starts to unravel. Let's rewind for a moment. AFX isn't just building hype, it's building a system. And systems don't explode randomly, they're engineered to scale. If you've been watching closely, you'll know the roadmap has been updated. Quietly, without fanfare. And tucked into that update, a massive integration with 2 Tier 2 liquidity partners. One of them, according to insider leaks, is linked to a gateway provider already working with Gate.io and Bitmart. The implication? AFX isn't just chasing listings. It's laying the groundwork for deep liquidity pools before the listing even goes live. This is the strategy only seasoned projects use. Why? Because when a token launches on a Cex and there isn't liquidity to match demand, price spikes too quickly and collapses just as fast. Real projects, ones that plan to last, avoid that. They create stability beneath the hype. AFX is doing that now. But let's talk numbers. We've confirmed through public wallet tracking that over 31% of all current AFX tokens are locked in staking contracts. That's not speculation, that's on-chain fact. And with the Cex window getting closer, these tokens aren't moving, which means scarcity is rising. Add that to a 5 cents price, you're looking at a coiled spring. Now let's talk about the AI trading bot update. Version 3.2 dropped in October. With it came smarter risk management, dynamic lot sizing, and trailing stop losses. These are features normally only seen in private hedge bots. But now, regular users are seeing daily win rates north of 73%. People aren't just hodling AFX anymore. They're earning with it. This changes the psychology of investors. No longer are they just speculators. They're users, loyal ones. And when loyalty meets price suppression, what happens? They buy more. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Look at the on-chain data, DCA patterns across wallets increasing their average buy-ins. And who's buying? Not random whales, but consistent, mid-size holders, the 1,000 to 10,000 AFX range, stacking up in anticipation. Because they know what comes next. The Cex announcement. And here's where it gets more interesting. In a leaked Discord conversation, confirmed by 3 separate mods, the devs hinted that this won't be just a listing. It will come bundled with a staking rewards update, NFT utility integration, and bot API expansion for third-party platforms. 3 bullish events. 1 moment. That's the AFX strategy, clustered momentum. It's how Solana broke $1 back in 2020. It's how Bonk surged 800%. It's how SHIB turned into a household name. You cluster your updates, and then you let the exchanges do the marketing for you. But there's still one question. Asterisk, why hasn't it happened yet? Why the delay? Asterisk. Simple. Timing. Market cycles are predictable, and AFX isn't trying to list at the peak of a Bitcoin red candle. They're aligning with BTC's Q4 breakout pattern, historically the strongest months for altcoin ignition. It's November now. The window is open. And we have confirmation that one major Cex, possibly KuCoin or Bitmart, has completed backend indexing. That only happens after a project passes technical onboarding. So when will the listing go live? Soon. Very soon. And when it does, part 3 will be the moment everything flips. We've reached the pivot point. The moment where AFX transitions from a speculative altcoin to a structured ecosystem. If you're still watching, here's the truth. Most crypto projects don't survive this phase. They either overpromise, underdeliver, or crumble under the weight of their own hype. But AFX has avoided all three. It didn't promise a moonshot. It promised a roadmap. It didn't chase influencers. It chased infrastructure. And now, that quiet discipline is about to pay off. Let's break down the 3 major updates that are converging right before the Cex listing. First, the Cex listing itself. AFX will be listed on a Tier 2 exchange, with global reach, spot pairs, and fiat on-ramps. According to leaks, the listing will include AFX/USDT and possibly AFX/ETH. This means 2 things. 1. Exposure to over 8 million users. 2. Instant integration into trading bots and arbitrage flows. But that's only part of it. This exchange has a launchpad program. Projects listed here often follow up with token staking, launch campaigns, and trading competitions, which means more buy pressure, more volume, and more eyes on AFX. Second, bot API expansion. AFX's flagship feature, the AI trading bot, is now being integrated with third-party platforms. This opens the door for affiliate marketers, DeFi enthusiasts, and even white-label resellers to onboard into the ecosystem. In plain English, AFX becomes more than a token. It becomes a tool that others can build businesses around, and that creates exponential growth loops. Third, NFT utility layer. It's been teased for weeks. Now we're getting confirmation. AFX will roll out utility NFTs that unlock bot enhancements, profit-sharing multipliers, and even access to private alpha groups. The twist? You can earn these NFTs through staking and referrals, or trade them freely. That means real value, real utility, and community-driven scarcity. We've seen this model succeed before. Steppen did it with sneaker NFTs, Gaux did it with credential NFTs, and now AFX is doing it, but tied to income-generating software, not just gamified hype. So why is all of this happening now? Because timing matters. We're entering Q4, historically the strongest quarter for crypto since 2017. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Altcoins are primed. Retail is waking up. AFX is positioning itself at the center of that momentum. It's no longer a whisper in private groups. It's a rising trend, being tracked by algorithmic scanners, launchpad watchers, and even mid-tier influencers. The community is swelling. Engagement is growing. Token burns are increasing. And all signs point to the same thing. The pressure is building. With only 5% of supply left circulating, and nearly 50% either staked or locked, this is no longer a question of if it pumps. It's a question of when. And you need to be watching closely, because Part 4 reveals the final catalyst. The moment AFX turns the page from undervalued to unstoppable, we've reached the final chapter of this story. Everything you've watched so far was building. The whispers, the roadmap shifts, the stacking of tokens, the quiet accumulation. Now comes the strike, the moment when AFX moves from potential to proof. The price is still around 5 cents. That's not a typo. AFX remains at the threshold while the catalysts align. The listing window isn't just opening, it's already cracked. Exchanges have completed backend integration. Liquidity partners are standing by. Bots are lined up. All that's left is the broadcast, and then the cycle begins. Let's paint the scenario. A major Hong Kong-based exchange flips the switch. AFX appears on spot markets. Fiat gateways enable local buy-in. The token heats up. Volume surges. Charts spike. Your phone buzzes with alerts. The community is everywhere. News breaks. The narrative shifts. Suddenly, AFX is no longer the underdog. It's the contender. But what happens after listing? Here's where the real move occurs. With listing out of the way, utility takes center stage. AFX's AI trading engine unlocks its most powerful version. Stackers receive new NFT drops. Liquidity channels open. Ecosystem partners activate. This isn't a pump and dump. It's a platform launch. At 5 cents, you're standing at the entry point of this launch. When tokens are locked, staking pools are full, and exchange trades open, the supply-side pressure tightens while demand spikes. That equation doesn't require miracle math. It's simple economics. Scarcity plus access equals possibility. Now consider this. Past tokens at similar entry points, sub $0.10, sound fundamentals, listing on Tier 1-2 exchanges, delivered 10x, even 30x. AFX is sitting in exactly that bracket. But with 2 major advantages many lacked, a real product and a loyal community. Timing is everything. This week matters. This month matters. Because once the listing becomes public, the narrative shifts from waiting to writing. After the spotlight hits, patience becomes regret. So here's my message. Ask yourself now, not later. Will you buy before the gate opens, or after you've watched the alert go live? Will you stake while the yield is low, or watch others collect while you hesitate? Will you subscribe and prepare, or click remind me later? The window is small, This might be your last chance to catch AFX at 5 cents. Because once the platform engines start rolling and the listing goes live, the chart is no longer a question mark, it's a forecast. Stay ready, stay alert, because the explosion isn't tomorrow, it's happening now. And when it does, you'll want to say, I got in before they knew we were even here.